So, after the survival of slavery and all that, what we do as black people in London, Britain and the USA, we think it's important. But in the bigger picture of things, it's not. Always remember something about August Wilson's play Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. There's this character called Toledo, yeah? He reckons that black people are leftovers of history. He does this thing where he compares a stew to history. See, white people, they took black people and used them as ingredients in a stew. That stew is our history, black history. The whole Middle Passage, slavery, plantations, colonialism, and all of that. But now white people, they done with that part of history. They done eating that stew. So any ingredients that hasn't been used up is leftovers. Black people today, black people in the Western world, we're leftovers and we don't even know it. But look at Africa. There's what, a billion black people in Africa getting together, having families, having kids. Black people ain't disappearing nowhere. That's the future, not some black guy called Mark in Peckham. What, do you think a billion black people care about what Mark in Peckham or Manchester's doing with white girl Susie? No, they fucking don't. They've got enough problems of their own. What's Mark in Peckham anyway? What are black people in Britain? 4 or 5% of a population of 60 million. What's that? 1 million, 2 million? What's that? We are an irrelevance to the future and lives of black people all around the world.
So let me understand this. Black people in the Western world die out, and you're just gonna sit there and shrug your shoulders and say, we're an irrelevance.
Well,
huh? What you say about Africa is true. If that's where, most black people live, then they have to be the future of black people, right? But in the context of where we are in Britain and the USA, black people splitting from each other is a defeat. You can spin it any way you want. That's what it is, And I definitely know, right, that if that was happening, you wouldn't be all cool about it.
Of course I wouldn't be cool about it. But I'm saying what I think should happen. It's happening already anyway. Black people out of all the minorities getting into relationships with others more than any other.
well, you're onto something with one thing. Some of the things black folks ask one another to do to handle our problems. Bonkers. Fucking bonkers, man. I've heard some guys say black women should accept that black men might not be professionals, might earn less than they do, and have less of an education. Blah, blah, fucking blah. That's not happening. I'd give these guys 6 months before they bail out and get insecure in the relationship because they're not wearing the trousers. I'd give the woman 6 months before they bail out, get fed up about picking up more of the bills, and even if they earn more than the guy does, get insecure about that. They're gonna start asking themselves if they're dealing with a real man, if this man who earns less than they do is what they really want.
Now you see what I'm talking about. If my theory took hold, the whole man-woman thing, it'd be straightforward. Maybe white guys is what black women want. Someone they can look up to, someone that earns more money, someone that's more educated, etc, etc, etc. And you already know how I feel about white women and black men. The dynamic's already there.
Let me ask you this. Lee's 7 now. When he's 11 or 12, should I sit him down as his father and say, don't even think about going out with a girl who looks like your mother? Who's the same skin color as your mother? Black people can't hang out. Black people can't have relationships with each other. Is that what I should do?
Martin, you're making this personal again. It's the 21st century. All I'm saying is that black people should look to new solutions to their problems. I'm not promoting to black kids that they should ditch their black boys and black girls and go off with other white people.
Or Asian.
Or whatever. You know what this is? This is a therapy thing. If a therapist was talking to black people, he'd say, ditch old ways of thinking if you want to recover from a major trauma and heal yourself. Don't repeat mistakes and look to the future, not the past.
All those therapists and analysts, they're bonkers themselves. But anyway, after that, I think, you know what we all need.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
2 beers, bro.
Yeah.
To be continued. So what if they don't like it? Does what they think mean something to you?
They're my parents. I'm very close to them. My family are very close, but that doesn't mean I agree with what they're saying. I can't believe they think like this.
And
And I wish that what they say doesn't mean anything to me. I wish I could pretend that they never said it and that they don't think the way they do.
what do you expect me to say?
I don't know. I guess I want you to say what you're thinking.
You must expect me to say something. You can't come here telling me something like that and not expect me to say something. So, what did you think I'd say?
I expected you to be pissed off. I expected you not to listen to me when I say I'm sorry.
What are you sorry for?
I'm sorry to have told you this.
Why did you tell me? You could have backed away. You could have made your excuses. I'd have been none the wiser.
What do you think I am? You think I agree with them? I had a huge row with them about it. I've never rowed with them like that over anything before.
So they don't want their daughter going out of a black man. Here's a quote. If she in chains of magic were not bound, would ever have to incur a general mock, run from her guardage to the sooty bosom of such a thing as thou.
What's that?
Like I said, it's a quote.
What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do I mean? I mean, you think I haven't had this type of vibe before? I like you, but my parents, my family, they don't like it vibe.
Carl. I really care for you, you know that.
But if we start to develop, you're going to feel pretty uncomfortable taking me to the family dinner.
I can't believe my mum and dad. I mean, I never thought they would think this way.
Come on. You must have known. They've never had an opinion on black boys before. What did you think? They'd change their minds? You knew what they'd think. You're an adult. I know they're your mum and your dad. But you gotta live your life. And they gotta live theirs. If that's what you wanna do, you need to choose.